So, the leaks are out for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 425, and there is some interesting development when it comes to the start of this epilogue. Are we going to get something unexpected, or is it going to be something that we all predicted? Well, you're going to have to watch this video to find out, because we're about to jump into the spoilers. Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Andrew, and I'm here to cover the spoilers for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 425, titled Out of Season. And from what we're getting with the leaks for this week, we're going to be doing a little bit more school-related activities, but there's going to be a lot of build-up and setup for what's to come, especially with what's at the end of the leaks, because that is going to be something that is going to be interesting. And as a heads up, if you want to see more content like this when it comes to me covering the leaks for My Hero Academia, as well as my manga reviews, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? I'm saying this now because we're about to be going on a 2-week break, and I may post videos in between that time, but only if you guys are interested in more content about me talking about My Hero Academia. But without the way, let's dive right into the leaks. And to start off, the chapter begins with Tamaki and Nejire receiving their diplomas. Several male students are crying because they're sad that Nejire is graduating. President Mike is DJing and says that since they don't have cherry blossoms, that he's going to liven up the graduation ceremony. Kirishima says he feels more like a festival than a graduation, and the narration reveals it's already June. Tamaki asks Nejire if her injuries have healed and says that it's all thanks to Mirio, since he kept taking care of them in the flying UA after they were defeated. The narration then begins to describe everything Nezu has done in this reconstruction project. He is a well-known figure worldwide and was already negotiating with other countries, preparing to deal with the consequences of the war. Mike thanks Mawata Fuwa for the student speech and calls the graduate's representative, Mirio Togata. Mirio takes the stage and makes a very formal introduction, which surprises all of the students who were expecting a joke. Mirio says that they lost many things and gained nothing. The heroes are always trying to turn negatives into zeros. The students from all the departments used everything they learned at UA to help in the war, but they still haven't managed to go back to square zero. They've studied for 3 years to prepare for what comes next, and the finish line isn't today. There won't be a bright future without humor, so their goal is to create a world of positives, not zeros, in which everyone can smile. Just watch, Sir Night Eye. Mirio then activates his quirk, and the Kinirazaki Bibimi giant eyelash car crashes into the stage. All of the students laugh, and Mirio says goodbye to the second and third years. Cut to 2A temporary classroom, and we see Aizawa is their teacher. So, that is a lot that I really went over, but to pretty much sum it up, we're going to be getting just the actual graduation of the third years, as well as some implications for what the future of My Hero Academia is going to be like when it comes to how these kids are going to be influencing the world as a whole. And that it comes in mind with an idea that I had about what they're trying to achieve, but this is just a lot of fun moments at the start of this chapter before we get to the more crucial and more juicy aspects. But from what I'm seeing with the leak so far, the first part of this chapter is going to be interesting, with a lot of just character dynamics being shown on stage and really emphasizing where this epilogue is most likely going from here. And so, going into the next chunk of the tech spoilers, we have Ashiro saying that she's very happy that they're having classes with Aizawa again. Sero asks Bakugo if he shouldn't be in the hospital, and he says that the doctor allowed it as long as he keeps quiet. Aizawa asks Aoyama to enter the classroom, and he announces that he's leaving UA. Jiro asks if he hasn't changed his mind, and Aoyama says that even Tsukachi said he could stay, but he feels that leaving is the right thing to do. Since he joined UA at All For One's request, he feels he had no right to go to the third year's graduation ceremony. So, as atonement, he's going to walk the path of heroism from scratch. After all, he held the hand Deku reached to him. Aoyama then starts to cry while smiling as he offers Deku a cheese. Aoyama tells Aizawa that one day he will stand side by side with his friends. The students are moved by his attitude, and to stop them from crying, Aoyama starts shooting lasers in all directions and reveals a surprise. Shinzo is going to be joining Class 2A. The students are excited that Aoyama even feels left out and fires lasers again. Aoyama's lasers make Hagakure visible, and Mineta is shocked. He's about to say, "There was a goddess among us the entire time," but Aizawa chokes him with his capture weapon. Mawata Futa then arrives in the classroom to update the second years on what they'll be doing right now. And so this part of the tech spoilers is also very interesting. It reveals something that really just shows that the post-war epilogue is going to be having a lot more consequences than we probably could have expected. Maybe not the reveal of certain characters' deaths or being alive, which we will be getting to at the end of this chapter, potentially, if the leaks are to be believed, but also just really showing that things that we kind of predicted were going to happen are actually happening, and that they may not be happening in the time period that we may have believed, but the fact that Aoyama is leaving and Shinzo is coming in is something that we kind of predicted, but I'm glad that Horikoshi is most likely going to go a little bit more in depth in it, as well as really showing that Aoyama is going to be going down a different path that we may be following within the epilogue as well. And can I say that from what we've seen right now, this epilogue may be a lot longer than we probably could have expected, especially for when we get towards the more end parts of the leaks, which I'm going to be getting to right now. And getting to the last part of the leaks, we get Fuata saying that the second and third years will be going around the country to keep it safer and help with the reconstruction under the leadership of Fuwa. History books will talk about the period after All Might's retirement and after the Battle of Jaku, but most of this chaos will not be documented. Shoto says that it was during a chaotic period like this that All for One was born. Fuata says goodbye, and then she envies 2A for not having gone through Aizawa's expulsion prank. That was scary, but it was also what made her understand why she wanted to become a hero. Huwa leaves and Deku still looks pensive. After school, the students say they're excited about the new first years arriving tomorrow. Deku goes to talk to Uraraka, but she interrupts, saying that he had to shave his hair because of surgery and she hopes it grows back. Sato compliments Tokoyami's new look because now his, quote, hair is all frizzy. Tokoyami still looks sad. Cut to a mysterious painting man walking through the destroyed streets. Deku asks Shoto if he's going to Aoyama's farewell party, and he says yes, as long as it's not today. Deku looks worried, but Shoto says that he'll be okay. He takes a step in the opposite direction, and we see Endeavor in a wheelchair facing some kind of giant device. End of chapter. And yeah, this is where a lot of the interesting aspects are going to come in. What is in that tank? I think we all know what's in that tank. Most likely Dadi Toya. And I'll talk more about that in the actual chapter proper. But we're seeing that Deku isn't fully recovered, that he still has issues that he may have to go through. And this could be showing that the epilogue, once again, is a lot more compact, or is going to have a lot more in it than we thought. And that potentially it may expand past just this one volume. We may even have 2 volumes or 20 chapters of epilogue, or maybe even more than that. It will be very interesting to see how much epilogue we're going to get, but based off what we're getting in this chapter from what we're seeing with the leaks, there's going to be a lot more that we're going to be seeing. And it's not just going to wrap everything up nice and neatly in just this squeaky little bow. But we're just going to have to see where the story is going to go from here, and hopefully it's going to meet or surpass the expectations of the readers, including myself. So that's all I really have to say for the leaks for this week. So let me ask you this: what did you think of the chapter? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And do you think that it was fine for Aoyama to be replaced with Shinzo? Leave your thoughts down below, and once again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Do all that cool jazz. Hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!